than peace. But they are the party of death. They want more abortion so they can be as slutty as they want to be, and they want euthanasia instead of a natural death. And now they're talking about euthanasia just because the old person is inconvenient for the young person to care for. And I've read on Facebook, which was okay by them, there were women on a feminist page that I check out every once in a while who said that if they found out they were pregnant and that if it was a boy, they would have an abortion. Simply because of the fact that the baby tested positive for being a boy. So what does that tell you? What that tells me is they're not interested in reproductive health. They're interested in power, control, and death. Simple as that. Meanwhile, those of us remaining on the right side of things, we have to continue to fight the good fight. Don't be shy. We need to talk about politics and religion, the thing that we were said not to talk about. But because we were silent, we let them run rampshot over us. And they got away with it. And now they're telling us, oh, you can't say this, you can't say that, you have to say Asian, you can't say Chinese, or actually, what was I told? You can't say Oriental anymore. You can't say anything about homosexuals at all. You can't, in some circles, you can't even define a man and a woman as different from one another. And men and women are and always will be different. And if a child feels like he wants to be a girl at 3 years old, they want to be able to, okay, honey, we can start, doing puberty restriction type medicines and things like that. They have gone insane. The left has gone insane. And we can see it. All of us can. But we need to talk about it. We have to not be shy anymore. And if they out-yell us, that's just fine, because loudest does not always make right. As we saw when T.I. went to debate with Candace Owen, he was so disrespectful. He stood up and yelled down in her face on stage, rather than have an argument where you're sitting talking to a person respectfully. Sure, you might get a little heated, but do you yell at them as though the louder you are, the righter you are? That's about the dumbest male I have ever seen on television. Anybody that does that is not a gentleman. He's not somebody that I would want in my home. I'm just going to put it to you that way. I don't like drama in my home. I had enough of it. I'm done. Peace and quiet, welcome here. But if they got drama, please stay away. I don't need it. Life is too short, and I'm not going to stand for it. And I'm not going to stand for disrespect. I felt so bad for Candace Owen because she is a lady. She is not one of the hoes he does his rapping about. That's why he's so worried about his daughter. I heard that T.I. went to his daughter's gynecological exams with her to make sure she remained a virgin. Now, this is the same guy that's talking about hoes and popping caps in people and talking about how they're going to do it to her. Speaking of which, oh my gosh, I tried to figure out a good analogy for what it must feel like to come from being a Democrat to recognizing that your conservative values really make you more aligned with the Republican Party. And I came up with the best analogy because I was listening to some music. I love music, especially when I'm home alone. And I turn it up very loud and I dance. And so one of my favorite dance songs was Blurred Lines. And I just dance, and it's such a great song to dance to. Well, I happen to have it on Amazon, the music station on TV. And Amazon puts the lyrics on the screen. And so I'm looking at the lyrics, and it was like, I'm not going to say them to you right now, but it was pornographic. It was about this older guy trying to convince a younger girl, he didn't say the age, but she sounded young from the lyrics, convince her that he could be her first, but he was just going to show her how to do it. Oh my, it was pornographic. I can never hear that song the same again. That must be what it's like, because I was like in shock. That must be what it's like when you're a Democrat and you realize that you're not. And you realize what perverted stuff that they're trying to push on America. You must be in shock. And then, of course, you're going to align yourself with people with the same ideas. And so I was in shock. And so I thought, okay, well, let me switch to another mood, right? And so I go into the 60s music, and I was hearing a song called Come Together by the Beatles. Another shocking moment reading the lines, because I was singing, I sing the lines, and, the ones that I can remember. But what was so interesting was when I read them on the screen, none of the lines go together, nor do they make sense. It was like reading Joe Biden's speech. It didn't go together. There was no rhyme or reason. And I said, obviously these people were on some kind of LSD when they wrote that song, because it made absolutely no sense. But it sure had a good beat. But Rude Awakening. So I'm thinking maybe, culpability. You're not culpable when you don't know something is a sin. I'm wondering if I should watch that channel ever again, because maybe I don't want to know what the song sings, what it's actually saying. Maybe I don't want to know, because I really liked Blurred Lines, and now it's like I'm listening to it and I'm not sure if I can enjoy it anymore. I guess ignorance is bliss. I don't know. Democrats would probably know more about that than I would. But we all know that China did not do its due diligence to keep everybody else safe, not even its own people. And now they're trying to blame America. They're saying some American soldier came to Wuhan and infected everybody. Baloney. They think we're going to buy that. But I don't trust China. I think this is a wake-up call for all of us. I think it is time for America to become more self-sufficient, like Republicans. I think it's time for our country, America first, to be more self-reliant. We capped our gas, our refineries, we capped our oil fields, and we took on the oil from Saudi Arabia. And then we told our farmers, no, only grow so much, only use this much of your land. But then we import food from China, Mexico, South America. We are perfectly capable in this country of making, manufacturing anything that we order from China. We are capable, we are willing, and we are able, and we're smart enough to do it. So we need to wean ourselves from China, like you wean yourself from cigarettes. It's a bad habit. We've gotten too dependent on China to where it's affected our basketball, our sports. I can't find hardly anything at the store that says made in America. We need to wean ourselves from China so that we don't need them so much anymore. Now they're threatening, not to send antibiotics to us as a threat. So they're going to hold that over our heads? Seriously? Seriously. Do you think we deserve that? I don't think so. And China is buying up Africa, which is really strange to me. Because everybody's told me, I'm not sure, but I've been told that they're very racist in China. But I don't know, because I've never been to China, so I'm not going to stand on that. But yeah, why would they buy, I know, resources. There must be oil in Africa that we haven't found yet. I know there have been diamonds there and gold, but there must be something there that they want. But I know they want power over the African people, and I know the African people don't want that because they're fighting amongst themselves. So where we're going with this is, America, we need to wean ourselves from China, be self-sufficient, just like we expect each of our individual Americans to be. Self-reliant. We can do this. We have enough land. We have enough talent. We have enough resources. We don't have to outsource anymore if we didn't want to, if we didn't have to at all. We really don't have to. We could get along without them. This all started years ago with Roosevelt, but we could do it on our own if we had to. And I think that this is the lesson that we're going to learn from this coronavirus, is that we better set ourselves up to where if we have a catastrophe, we're not dependent upon any other country to survive. And that's where we have to be as a country. I hope you agree with me. Please respond and comment. I've been working on the comment section of YouTube. I can't seem to get the comments to work. So if you go over to discussion and push that, then you might get to see the comments. If not, join me on Facebook, kathysright.com, Kathy's Right Discussion. Everything's Kathy's Right. So just Google Kathy's Right. You'll find pretty much everything. And stay in touch because we should talk. Eventually, I would like to have a call-in show so we can talk. I think you have to do that with Spreaker. I think you do that with Skype. I'm not sure about the pre-recorded shows. So I'm looking into it. I'm on a learning curve. I really appreciate you listening. I really do. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying sharing our ideas, and I want to hear from you. I have a discussion group on Facebook, Kathy's Right Discussion Group. So if you want to comment and it doesn't allow you to do that on whatever avenue that you listen to this program on, please chime in on my Facebook page, Kathy's Right, and then I'm under Kathy Hatch as well. And I'd love to hear from you. And also, please subscribe here. And that way you'll get it either in your inbox or you'll have access to it at all times. So whenever I drop a new show, you can be with me. And I think that would be fun. Anyways, Weasel, I feel like it's Archie Bunker. We all love this country, Edith. We all love this country. And I especially love you in this country, fellow patriots, people who love this country and care about this country. We're together. We're in this together. I hope none of you get sick. I plan on not getting sick. But I pray that none of you get sick. I'm going to pray for that every day. Because this country, we don't need another problem. We've got immorality to deal with, life-death situations already. And we just need some togetherness. We can only get it if we all agree to have some common sense and be mutually respectful. And I can do that. I can argue with someone respectively. If they could only do that with me, we'd have a wonderful world. So, stay tuned. This is Kathy from kathysright.com. Please subscribe. Come back. Listen to me tomorrow. I'm trying every day, but I'm having construction problems across the street, so I haven't been able to be with you for a couple of days. They have been sheetrocking the house across the street. And this is a very quiet neighborhood, so when there's noise, it's loud. And then they play this music, really good music. They play this Mexican music, which I love because I tend to dance when I hear Mexican music. Anyways, I just give in and listen to the music. And if I don't like which song they've got, I just crank up my music louder than theirs so I don't have to hear. So there's been a lot of things going on over there. They're almost done. I am so happy. I can't wait for our new neighbors to move in. They're from Russia. Ooh, and they're very nice people. We've had them over for drinks, and they are lovely. And they just want to be really good neighbors. And you can tell that. Very kind. And I think we're very lucky. So God bless you all. And I hope you come back real soon. This is Kathy of kathysright.com, Kathy's Right podcast and blog. Bye.